Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and let's talk about that whole what they call it, the Nickelodeon on set documentary. I'm so sorry, I was about to say offset, but no, quiet on set. My bad. Lord have mercy. I am so sorry. It's like I had a brain freeze or a brain fart or whatever. But anyway, I want to talk about it now. While it is disgusting, it is disgusting. And the guy who played Tebow did an interview with Dan Schneider. That shit was creepy as hell. Dan Schneider is a creep. Should be ashamed of themselves. Tebow was asking hard enough questions, and it makes me wonder: the actor who played Tebow, where the hell was you at? Where the hell was you at? You didn't notice the shit. You didn't call it out. You know what I'm saying? Seems like very complex, if you ask me. And then you hear the stories that that Drake Bell said, and it's just really hard to really sit there and watch. I mean, and hear it. I mean, stuff was going on because Corey Feldman, from Stand By Me, he had also talked about how Hollywood is really a invitation for pedos, and that sucks. Honestly, it really sucks because these children should have been protected. But one thing I kind of want to also talk about is it is not our fault. It is not our fault. We couldn't have known what was happening to these children, and I'm talking about the kids that grew up watching Nickelodeon and all these other shows or whatever, because I don't like this narrative of we should have known, like the public should have known. No, we couldn't have known. And it's not our responsibility. It is the responsibility of their parents, their guardians, the executives. You guys come up with these shows and movies for us to be entertained by, and yet you do nothing to protect the children. And then it kind of be like, well, somebody should have known. And I'm talking about outside of Hollywood. We should have known. Or how did you think entertainment was, or whatever? No, what we're not about to do, we're not about to put blame on the people who was watching this stuff. And I'm talking about like us fans watching the shows and supporting Nickelodeon and any other channels that had these kids, because we couldn't have known. We couldn't have known. There's no way to have known that all of this stuff was happening to these children like that. There was no way to know that at all. And I don't like when they try to make it seem like it's the public fault for not knowing, or even the whole notion of, hey, your favorite celebrities that you grew up watching, did you know they didn't get the money or the revenue or whatever and stuff like that? Okay, and what am I supposed to be? Am I supposed to be responsible for that? Is something wrong with me? No, that's not how that works. You can't put it on me. That is the studio's responsibility. That is the parents' responsibility. That is them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like when you try to reverse it onto us. And people are talking about, our childhood was a lie. No, our childhood was still there. Those shows still exist. We just wasn't aware of it. Because, again, we couldn't have. Just like the adults who was watching the shows with us, they couldn't have known that stuff was happening to these children. And even if they did, who was going to believe them? Who was going to believe them? You saw what Drake Bell said, how he was out there, and how even Will Ferrell and Ryder Strong from Boy Meets World even admitted how they were on the side of that guy. You know what I'm saying? So if they want to believe Drake Bell ass, and he actually worked for the company or whatever, who's going to believe it? Who's going to believe that? Who's going to believe it? that an average person say, hey, you know, something's going on with these children. Hollywood is a creep, and Hollywood do some terrible things. But what do you want the average person to do? You get what I'm saying? I'm glad this stuff is being exposed, but at the same time, why isn't anything being done? You get what I'm saying? That's the thing that pisses me off the most. Is it gets exposed, you got evidence, you got proof, and yet these people ain't going to jail. Some of them still got jobs, still making money off of stuff. In order for a child to get more into their career, they have to give y'all sexual favors. They have to do nasty things. What the hell is wrong with y'all? They're children. And then for when they do get caught guilty, they go to jail. And they barely company that works with children. How does that work, Hollywood? Then y'all want to try to preach to us about how wrong or how racist the United States is, when y'all little nasty freaky asses been doing the fucking open couch shit. Hell, we know what the fuck been happening. Even old Hollywood, we've been hearing about what y'all put Julie Gardner through, and Shirley Temple, Marilyn Monroe, and yet shit still happening. The same shit, different era, and yet nobody wants to talk about it. Yet nobody wants to take down these people, because everybody's wrapped up in money at the sacrifice of these people who are talent. Because you can be a great writer all day long. You can have a great company, but if you don't have the face of that stuff that was working, you wouldn't be nowhere. You owe these kids everything. And then when there is a celebrity that stands up and finally say something or whatever, y'all dismiss the celebrity. Try to make it seem like they're the bad guy. What kind of shit is that? What kind of crap is that where we're not even taking chances? We're not even trying to even investigate children being touched sexually. You know what I mean? Like, that should be something that should be taken serious regardless of the situation. If a child comes, or if somebody come and say, hey, I noticed some things that was happening on set, it should be taken serious. You can't just sugarcoat that because you're afraid of the boss, you're afraid of what the boss is gonna say or gonna do. No, who got time for that shit? Oh no, gotta get back over. Who got time for that? No one got time for that at all. We need to be protecting these children. They're human too. They work hard all their lives, and then y'all throw them to the side after y'all done used and abused them. Or then when somebody want to try to protect them, you want to oust them out, and then try to make it seem like they're the crazy ones for wanting to defend these children. Or manipulate the children into not letting people talk to them or whatever, or try to keep them away from their parents or guardians or whatever, so nothing can happen, so nobody can say anything because you want it to still happen. That's weird. That is weird. We can't let that keep happening that can't keep happening. I mean, I can't. We're average people. We can't do much of nothing, honestly. We're average people. But this documentary really needs to wake up Hollywood. Like, we can't keep having this cycle of nonsense constantly happening over and over and over again. Because now people are realizing, F this. and they'll leave, and you've seen these boycotts at these companies and studios or whatever. Keep playing with people. But yeah, that was my little quick rant about, the whole Nickelodeon thing, the whole quiet on set, and the sexual abuse that these child stars go through and these actors go through, and it needs to stop, Hollywood. It really does. It really does. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comments section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.